The whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. We politickin', it's so dope when it kick in. That you can get in where you fit in. We straight politickin'. The whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. You know what this is when we politickin'. My money long like division. I proposition to put a fist in. We straight politickin'. Hey yo, I rise like the sun in the east, running the streets. Same people that was coming in peace, some in the beast on the microphone. It's never a long and hard task. For God, I'm gonna smash they blog and podcast. Introduction to journalism 101 with Pharaoh politicking about where I'm from and what I do. What's up? It gotta be good. Interviewing everybody, you know they probably could. Take all the blood, sweat, and tears, working all them years. Putting in 10,000 hours, it empowers careers. From the baby and Megan Thee Stallion to Yo Gotti. High as a kite, jet life currency in the party. With MC Light, J Prince said I rap a lot. Super Saiyan Black Kakarot with a Macintosh laptop in my Apple Watch. Smoking Fraggle Rocks, 4 eyes, got more lines and hooks than a tackle box. What? The whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. We politickin', it's so dope.
Welcome back to Politickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure you check me out on Spotify and Apple. 1212 and place to be with Dwight Pryde. How you doing, bro?
Oh man, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm chilling, man. I think last time we talked was 2 years ago, so I just wanted to check up with you and see how you been doing.
Oh man, better, man. Pandemic slowed the whole stand-up comedy thing down. Of course, you know it affected everything, but it really kind of did a number on live entertainment. But we back in full effect. Bigger and better things since the last time you saw me. When you first saw me, I probably was only doing stand-up maybe a year and a half, 2 years maybe. Now, you know, I'm like, 4 or 5 years in, and it's getting better.
You a vet now?
I'm not a vet, but I'm getting there. 10,000 hours.
I was asking you, I was like, you switched the name up on me a little bit, so I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, I changed it last 2021. 2021, I changed my name. It was after an accident that happened, and I just wanted to get away from the identity. That's it.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah. No, it's
you ain't on the run or nothing, are you?
Shit, I'm on the run for this money. You feel me? That's the run I'm on. No, my 2 little sisters were killed in a boating accident in Dallas in July 4th of 2021. And I lost it. I lost my mind. You know what I'm saying? But I that's why I changed the name too, because it was like Dwight Woolrich was associated to them. It was associated to, I buried my mom 2012, so it was like I just wanted to disassociate myself with who I was. It was like I lost my mind, like, to a sense. And so I remember at my sister's funeral, I was like down, like my head was down, because your younger sibling's supposed to bury you. It's like a cycle. Like you bury your parents, then natural life. And I was down. I had my aunt, she came and like picked my head up and was like, hold your head up, like have some pride about yourself. And it didn't hit me till later on, but it was like, yeah, it more or less is like a mantra for me, is like Dwight have pride. You feel me? Like, I always remember to have pride in who you are and where you came from. Because I changed the name to kind of run from who I was and where I came from. But I ended up using that as like a mantra, like have pride for where you came from. So.
Yeah, sorry to hear about your sisters, your family too.
Oh, yeah. No, it's shit, it happens. But they say comedians are always like, you know, like I ain't gonna lie, comedians really deal with a lot, but I think that's what makes us like them type of people. Because I'm really not good at talking to people. I'm not, but I'm good at expressing myself, and that's what comedy is. It's just an expression of my thoughts and opinions.
Mm-hmm. And then anybody that missed the last interview, can you just give them a reintroduction?
My name is Dwight Pryde. I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm originally from Dallas, Texas. I spent like 12 years in Houston. I went to school at Prairie View A&M University. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it. It's the HBCU. Then I moved out here in 2016. I started doing comedy like 2018. And 2019, I was like, I'm really going to do this. And I put everything else to the side, started doing stand-up comedy, and got a little traction 2020. And then, bam, pandemic happened. Shut everything down. Like any traction I had with anything just got. And so it wasn't like I knew how to pivot because I was so new to it. I didn't know where to pivot to. It was like, so, but everything kind of came back. All of the meetings I had with people like pre-pandemic, they hit me back and was like, all right, we back open now. Let's sit down and have a meeting.
And then you saying I'm out here. What's out here?
Oh, in LA. I'm in LA right now. I live in South Central LA.
Okay.
South Central.
What city?
Watts.
Oh, how was that?
You see how I said I had to whisper that to you. I was like,
hey,
Watts.
Man, that shit. I remember I had joined the Marine. I joined the military, right?
Yeah.
That was like 20 years ago. So I'm from Mississippi, so I don't know nothing about nothing. The only thing I know, I know the names in movies. So I know Watts, Compton, South Central. So I know that shit.
Yeah.
So like one day, man, I went, I was talking to this girl on Black Planet, right? And I'm in San Diego County, so I'm in Oceanside, Campton by the beach.
Yeah.
And then she like, oh, you want to come see me and my sister? And I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
She was like, where you live? And she was like, Watts. I'm like, Watts? I'm like, fuck. Then she was like, what, you scared? Then I was like, nah. So man, yes. I don't know shit. I'm saying I'm so Bama. I bring me and a Mexican homie with me. So they tell me while we over there chilling with the girls, nigga, just about 4 or 5 niggas pull up on us, asking us where we from and all this shit, man. And I'm so naive, I still don't understand what's going on. But now, I'm like, fuck, what the fuck was I doing? Luckily, I think the girls gave us a G pass because them niggas was on us, boy. Like I said, I'm bringing with me. I don't know no better. I'm just by myself, boy, chilling. They're like, you read, cuz, asking all these damn questions.
Yep.
Probably would have rolled on. I said, they probably just, the only reason they probably didn't roll on us because we was Marines. If we were saying something, we were just regular niggas, we probably would have got killed that day.
But it was definitely pressing you.
Now I'm saying, I ain't no, I'm just country, don't know nothing.
Yeah, I put it like this. I live, my son, I have a son. Now he'll be 5 in 2 weeks. And I was going to get him a pizza right here at Pizza Hut. And I had to step over a candlelight vigil to go in front of the Pizza Hut. And I was pulling up to it, and I was like, damn, why all of the windows boarded up and stuff? And it didn't even cross my mind until I was stepping over the vigil. I was like, damn, this is the neighborhood I'm in. Like, I gotta step over. You know how hard it is to look sad while you know you finna go home and smash 2 piping hot pizzas? Like, I gotta pretend to be sad, but I'm really like, these pizzas finna go down. But
I would say, so how about the shows? You doing more shows? I remember before you were saying like, I mean, we was talking about the white shows, and you were saying you was doing more white shows. Is it still like that, or are you doing more black shows?
I think I learned a lesson. You learn performance art at black shows. Doing black, you learn how to perform. That's where you really learn how to be a stand-up comedian. Is in black. We call them black rooms. You know what I'm saying? That's where you learn how to be a stand-up comedian. To be honest. they gonna look at you. Have you ever said something stupid to like your mama or to one of your aunties, and they just looking at you with this blank look on their face? Now imagine 100 people looking at you just like that. It's not a good feeling, but you got to get out there and move for them. Like you can't get up there and just hit them with the stiffy. You got to get up there and act it out. Act out. That's where you learn how to do act outs. I'll say that. You learn how to perform. You learn how to use inflection in your voice. You learn it's shit. You know what I'm saying? Only you got to think about it like this. When you go see Celine Dion perform, she can stand there and sing. Beyonce can't.
Mary J. Blige can't.
She
even the ones that can't dance, they still want you to do something.
You feel me? That's why I'm like, nah. The pastor can't even sit still. You hey, let me go to a church and the pastor just sitting there in one spot preaching to me. I do not want to go to this church again. I need him doing a backslide across this pulpit.
That's all you got a roasting event today?
Oh yeah. That's my first roast. I got set up to be in that. I thought this dude was like, hey, you want to do a show for me Monday? I was like, yeah, I'll do a show for you. All right. He sent me the flyer. Roast. I don't even know where I'm roasting, but you got to go do your research, and I'm not doing no research. It's some female I'm roasting. It's a female that I'm roasting, so I don't know how to do that. I feel like all I'm gonna do is just give her compliments the entire time, like backhanded compliments. That's what I'm gonna do. Is just give her backhanded compliments.
I guess. What would you say? What's the difference between roasting and doing the dozens?
It's the same thing.
Oh, you say the same thing?
Yeah, it's just, or some people call it jonesing.
Yeah.
In Dallas, we call it ranking. Like you ranking on somebody, or scoring. You score, like it's just, I guess wherever you from, the dialect. Like what y'all say in Mississippi?
We say joning.
Jones, yeah. That's why I'm like, every city, every hood got their own verbiage for it.
Hey, I don't know how old you are, man, but did you ever watch Uptown Comedy Club?
I've seen it on YouTube. Yeah, like
cold, man. That's
yeah.
Yeah, that shit was cold. That's kind
Bernie
of
Mac had his own show for a couple of episodes.
Who?
Bernie Mac.
Yeah. I want to say Michael Blackson was on there a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was raw. I like that shit. Uptown, like that thing that came out. I want to say a little bit before Living Color, but like that Living Color. Even I feel like we don't got no more like how Comic View was. We don't got no Comic View right now.
I think Nichelle Murdoch from the she does Crack 'em Up. You should follow them on Instagram. It's an all-black produced show. Her name is Nichelle Murdoch and Uncle Levi. They run it's out the Comedy Store in the Belly Room every Thursday night. They that's gonna be the closest thing that I can think of. That and Chocolate Sundays here in LA. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure in Atlanta it's probably so many, you know, things going on, but in LA I could think of those two things that are on like that scale. But yeah, those are
You say you moved from Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it seemed like Houston, like now it seems like Houston the wave now. There's a lot of people coming up from Houston.
Like who?
Well, you know, like Meg Thee Stallion. Well, that's kind of cool. But then I'm just saying like the rappers and stuff, not like far as comedians, but the rappers.
Oh, yeah. Houston has always been, Houston's what, the fourth largest city?
Yeah.
People just count it out because it's so far south. And it's, when you think of a good time in the United States, no one thinks of, the only city you think of in the South, when you think of a good time in the United States, is Miami, Atlanta, New Orleans.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It seems like Charlotte a little bit now too.
So that's why I'm like, nah. When you think of good times in the United States, you think of Vegas. You feel me? You think of LA.
Yeah.
So
So is that why you moved out here? Is it like, was that your purpose?
No, it was actually I was working in the kitchen. I was working for this company. They was like, "Hey, you want to go open one of our concepts in Santa Monica?" I was like, "Sure." And he was like, "All right, I'm gonna make a couple of calls real quick, and I'll get back to you." And he came back to me like 3 hours later and was like, "You'll be in LA next week." Yeah, and so I was in a relationship and 6 year relationship, and I didn't consider her feelings at the time, but I came home and was like, I'm moving to LA next week. And she was like, well, I'm pretty sure it's the last time I'll see you. And that was it. That was the last time we saw each other, you know. So
You still think it was the right move?
yeah, yeah. I'm not even gonna think about that one.
Hey, who the homie you be having on your Instagram all the time now?
Joy. Oh, the big guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hey man, that's the neighborhood hero, man. He all the way South Central, man. Just yeah. Named Mar.
Yeah, I was looking at when you was doing the Sunset Park.
Because everybody knows that.
Yeah, except for
except
him.
him.
Yeah. Oh, so,
Yeah.
so y'all ain't related, so I thought it was your uncle or something.
No, it's not. No. But no, we cool. We cool. Yeah, he's the neighborhood hero.
Hey, so what you think? Yeah, I don't think I asked you about this because we weren't talking around that time. What you think about the Chris Rock and Will Smith thing? How that went down and just how it played out now? Even with Eddie Murphy, you know, they kind of everybody cracking jokes on him now. What you think about it?
I think most people sided with Chris publicly, but then went back home to their woman and was like, I'd have slapped the shit out that nigga too. I mean, I'm gonna just keep it real. Like, people do that. Like, I know so many people publicly have one political view and get in that booth and vote for who the fuck they can I cuss out? My bad.
Yeah.
And vote for who they want to vote for. Like,
because you got to say what you got to say.
You gotta save face.
That's how it was with Trump the first time. I remember, man. I remember like everybody was talking about, yeah, Hillary. But then you'll talk to some of them white guys, and they'll be like, Trump ain't that bad. And like, what you mean by that? Then also you see that fool won.
Yep. That's where I'm like, people have one. They have a public persona, and then they have their real persona, and so I'm like, everybody said the same thing. Oh, he was wrong. He was wrong for slapping him, and then got home and looked at their family and was like, if a nigga was talking shit about my wife, what you gonna do? Like,
yeah, I think my whole thing about it was like, I'm looking at it like, I know they somewhat have a relationship and they know each other.
I'm sure.
So I'm looking at it like, man, you just try to embarrass me in front of TV just because that's what the powers that be want you to do instead of stepping in for your brother. Like, nah, I ain't gonna say that. So that's how I was looking at it. Like, man, he know what he was doing. Even now, like, it's like, why they always gotta like, you ain't gonna never hear a black man go clown a white person like that in front of everybody. We just do it to ourselves because I guess we thinking, okay, it's good because we doing it to ourselves. But you ain't gonna never. That shit don't happen with other races. You don't hear the white person putting down their people like that, but we do it all the time.
Yeah.
Or they write that joke. That's what I'm saying. He probably didn't write that shit, but he still said it.
They do it. They just do it in a much smarter way. Like the one that Chris Rock did was just very. It would have been along the lines of bullying if people really kind of think about it. You get what I'm saying? Like, she could have made a case of bullying out of that because it's consecutively. It wasn't just one time. When it's consecutive, that's bullying, right? So, I mean, some people can kind of look at Will Smith like he was that kid that stood up for the person who may have had a disability. Like, so like I said, everybody felt the way publicly, but then got home and was like, if a dude kept talking smack about my wife and I got kids, you embarrass me in public, I'm embarrass you in public too. What the Bible say, if you deny me before your friends, I'll deny you before my Father. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I be like, I don't know, maybe I'm just ignorant, but I be on that shit too. I be the same way. I be like, shit.
I'm like, you know how much money I done paid for this woman? That's an investment. You are disgracing you defaming my investment right now.
So I would say, so what's next for you? What's next for you?
Oh man, honestly, you're gonna see me on TV. You're gonna see me on TV. I'm gonna just keep it like that. You're gonna be doing a different interview, but it's gonna be in a much better location. It ain't gonna be in Washington no more.
I'll be say, that's cool, man. Like my homie, like I was interviewing him back in the day was Ryan Davis. Like we did a couple like this. Yeah, we did a couple like this, and then he came out here and did a show. Now when did the show, we did it like outside the hotel room. I be seeing him on Insecure, like I see him bubbling. So that's the plan, man. I was gonna ask you, like, how are you planning on doing it? Are you just gonna do it by shows, or are you trying to do more like the internet, DVDs? Like, what's the plan?
No, literally shows like network type. Yeah, my pen game got strong real quick. You know what I'm saying? I went from never writing a script ever in my life, like barely graduating high school type stuff, to like writing episodes of like a TV script, like just no formal training, no nothing, just YouTube videos. And then I have a lot of people, like stand-up comedians, who I'll be like, man, I want to write the script. They'd be like, oh, send me your email and I'll send you some material, like some learning material to help you. So many comedians are like that. They'll really try to help you. And one comedian, Kazim Rahman, I'm probably saying his name wrong, because Kazim Rahman, he sent me a bunch of material, like a bunch of stuff and videos and courses, and was like, here, look at this. And he was like, I'll send this to you, but just do me one favor, use it. He was like, I done sent this to over 70 comedians and 2 have actually produced the script. And when I saw him a couple of weeks ago, and I shook his hand and I thanked him. I was like, thank you for sending me that. And I showed him my pilot, and he said, you the 3rd person out of over 70 people that's actually written a pilot. The 3rd. That, he was like, nobody does it. Nobody does. That's where every other race is beating us too. They're doing the actual grunt work. We'll do the show. We'll do this. We'll shuck and drive. Everybody else behind the scenes doing that paperwork. Yeah. And that's where like people like Kevin Hart is beating everybody else in the head right now. It's because Kevin Hart writes. Like
I was actually going. He was in my mind because he got so much stuff that he do. I was going to ask you, like, would you see yourself being a part of what he got going on?
I would love to be a part of like Heartbeat Production. I'm gonna be honest with you. I aspire, like when people ask me who's my favorite comedian of all time, pre Kevin Hart, I would have always said Jamie Foxx. You know what I'm saying? And that's a little biased too, because I'm from Dallas, and you know he's from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Once Kevin Hart hit the scene, he took it. He's pretty much the Cash Money of comedy. You know what I'm saying? Once he got on, it was nobody else could even get within 10 feet of him. He's that big. His work ethic precedes him. Like everybody you talk to would be like, oh yeah, he'll outwork you. Like, but that's just competitive. Like that's how I am. My goal, honestly, is to break all of his records. Kevin Hart set the bar so far out right now, and I'm like, man, I want to sell out. He did 50 stadium tour. I want to do 55 stadium tour. Like, I want to break every one of his records. So, but hey, you gonna see me, man. I'm gonna blow up this year, man. Watch. I'm telling you, I'm gonna blow up this year. I got all my shit. I got my ducks in a row. I'm just waiting on.
Just come back and give me an interview where you blow up.
Hey, shit. Man, I got you. I got you. God got both of us. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I can tell you is like I said, 2021, I was down and out. I went from losing my mind. I lost all faith in God, and I thought I could do it all on my own. And God will show you immediately, nah, you can't do this. And I kind of regained my faith little by little. And then I stayed prayed up, and like the old people at work, I ain't gonna say old, but they old, you know what I'm saying? And they'll come like give me Bibles and stuff, like the older women who go to church and stuff. They gave me Bibles and stuff. It's like I pray for you every night. And people praying for you in silence really kind of do help your life though. You don't even know it, but it do help your life. And shit, one thing you know, somebody will hit you. I get emails out of nowhere from like actual network type shit. And they'll be like, hey, let's set up a meeting. And I'll be like, damn, I saw you perform over here. Hey, let's set up a meeting. And I just want to tell people, work hard and provide opportunities for yourself. Ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. You got to go work for it. But it's out there. Opportunity is out there. It's enough money for everybody. But I'm just trying to get it all. You feel me?
What's up? So be on the lookout for some shows.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Trust me, man. Listen. This interview, the next time you interview me, I'm gonna have some bigger credits next to my name.
That's what's up. Then what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
Hey man, listen. You know what? Hold on, wait. I know you gotta go, but did you watch the Golden Globes? Or did you see any clips from it? Any clips from the Golden Globe that just happened last week?
Right.
The one thing I've been getting every day since that is you look just like the host.
The host was
Gerard Carmichael.
Okay.
Since I'm like, oh my God. I see it. I pulled up a picture and I was like, I see it. Like we could have like the same daddy type shit. Like who your daddy is.
Yeah, y'all could be cousins or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
But he funny. I used to like his show. I don't know why he quit doing it, but I liked it. The Carmichaels.
Oh yeah. A lot of that be politics though.
Yeah.
That's all it be politics. But yeah, Gerard Carmichael, man, we all watched him grow. You know what I'm saying? He started off being at the Comedy Store right here in LA. And I remember he would always put his back up against the wall and like do comedy. Like he was scared or something. And now look at him. He hosting the Golden Globe. That's how God works, bro. You could be in the dark and next thing you know, you're on top of a mountain 2 years later. You know what I'm saying? That's why, hey, mental health is important. But to all my fans, stay prayed up. Self-care is the most important care of all. And then care about each other. Drink water. Stay away from soda. If you smoke ganja, do sativas. You feel me? That's all.
Why you saying that about the sativa?
Oh, that's what I spoke sativas.
Oh, you just saying personal preference.
That's a personal preference.
Yeah, real reason behind it though. I was like,
oh, he was like, let me hear this sound.
All right, man. But yeah, I just want to say thanks for coming through Politickin with me again. Like I said, I'll catch up with you in a couple more years or a year or so.
Hey, man.
What's going on?
You should probably catch up with me. Shit, probably. I'm gonna say honestly and truthfully before the end of this year is up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Hopefully this comes through. I'm not gonna say much now. I'm gonna do this right here. You'll see it posted on my Instagram, so then you'll know the next when to schedule another interview. But you'll see. I'll post it. I'm one of those people. I move in silence, but I boast about blessings. Like you know what I'm saying. So you'll see.
Yeah. What do you say? What's motivating you right now to keep going?
These kids, man. I got another son on the way in March. He doing March. I'm gonna be honest. I was a narcissistic, selfish, spoiled brat growing up. Once you have a kid, all that go out the window.
So you got 3 kids or 2?
I got 2. One, and then one due in March.
Yeah, I got 2 too, man. Congratulations.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's the motivation behind it all. Because other than that, I wouldn't care about nothing.
You got any shout outs?
Hey, shout out to you for doing the interview, man. You really touching the people early on, you know what I'm saying? Because this interview gonna get 10 million views one day. You know what I'm saying? But like, look at him on this. Look, you can tell I got a raggedy wall behind me. Look like I painted it
They got
myself.
to struggle though, man. Like they gotta make it real, because if somebody just pop out the blue, they gonna be like, who the fuck is this dude?
Exactly. I ain't got
me.
no haircut. That's why I got this hat on, y'all. Shit. Hey, it's all good though. This is real.
So are you still a chef?
I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? I left that company and I took the plan B road. I left the management field and went straight just for the regular cook. I went from living up here in Santa Monica to getting pressed trying to go to the corner stove. But that's the sacrifice you make to come back up. You feel me?
Yeah, you're right.
So sacrifice. That's what life is about. Sacrifice.
Yeah, what's your social media?
At Dwight DWIGHT Pryde PRYDE on all platforms.
All right, y'all. So we out till the next time.